Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third session of this month's FAB Month, which is taking place in April 2025. Remember that this is an open forum for bold ideas and real impact, where we are trying to navigate throughout the Fab Lab Network and understand different ways on which things are being done and to explore new ways of connections and opportunities. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, this evening, or this night. Today, the session will be based on education for rapid changing world, and it will be integrating digital fabrications into schools, universities, formal and informal education, and also skills development for the workforce of the future. So we have a couple of speakers today lined up. And I wanted to start with our first speaker that it's Pradita, and she's going to talk to us about dream design build, exploring digital fabrications and creativity. So with you, Pradita, you can start sharing screen.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Praita Pradhan. I'm the founder of FAB Foundation Nepal, which is a Nepal-based NGO. FAB Foundation Nepal is an organization that aims to establish a network of Fab Labs throughout the country, fostering a vibrant community of innovation and creativity. Our mission is to offer access to diverse tools and knowledge, fostering education, innovation, and invention through, the platforms like Fab Labs. Now, we also envision to, basically support the establishment of Fab Labs in Nepal, emphasizing, again, education, entrepreneurship, and community engagement, which ultimately drives forward to the future of fabrication in Nepal. Now, as I'm emphasizing on entrepreneurship, education, and community, I'll be talking about the education side of this for today. Now, okay. So now let's begin with the three words that you see on the screen. That is dream, design, and build. First one is every invention begins with a dream, an idea, or a spark of imagination. Second, it's the design. This is what bridges where the imagination meets the creativity, turning ideas into plans, right? And the third one is building. It is where those dreams and designs finally come to life. Now, this is like exactly how I reimagine schools. Basically, a space that nurtures creativity, critical thinking, and innovation. So this is not just preparing students to, let's say, consume knowledge, but also to like create it, right? Now, when I'm talking about Nepal's education system, it's more like the system is still heavily relies on traditional methods, and I think there is a long journey ahead to shift towards more, let's say, experimental learning models. We could be adding problem solving skills, STEM, hands-on knowledge, moreover, let's say the dynamic side of it. But then I think it's still a journey worth taking. Now, yeah. Through this initiative, that is Dream Design Field, exploring digital fabrication and creativity, which I would consider as one of the programs under FAB Foundation Nepal. So this is our vision for the schools of the future. This is also what FAB Foundation Nepal has been working towards since its registration about a year ago. Now, one key step, which is also, well, our very first step in this journey, or let's say the development of this program, is the development of this course. Now, well, this is the course we've actually, recently started working on, which is Safe Makerspace, an online course for Nepali, an online course in like both Nepali and English. And throughout this course, we aim to promote safety awarenesses and best practices in hands-on learning, fostering a strong and, a sustainable culture of safety, like within the makerspaces, support Nepal's growing tech ecosystem, to develop responsibly and also to, like basically inclusively, and also to ensure that makerspaces are safe for all, it's, accessible and also empowering. And we plan to pilot this, we aim to work with school students, engineering, technical students, makers, innovators, educators, and also facilitators. Now, I know this is just the beginning for us, and if you believe like in transforming education through making safety and creativity, I'd love to collaborate, whether you're an educator, partner, or an enthusiast. Thank you so much, and I'm open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradipta. What a wonderful job and
Yeah.
skills you are trying to set up in Nepal. That's a great effort. And now moving along, Saverio couldn't make it to today's session, but he was kind enough to send us a little video. So Saverio will be talking to us about PCBs for designers, equipping industrial design students with electronic fabrication skills. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully I'm sharing it with audio and it should sound great. So let me know if audio is looking good.
Hello everyone, I am Saverio Silli. I'm the Vice Director of Fab Lab Shanghai in Tongji University, College of Design and Innovation. Thank you, Sherry and Norella, for giving me the opportunity to share today. I can join you only with a recorded video. Sorry about that. I would have loved to be there with all of you friends. Anyway, let me share my screen, and I'm going to talk to you today, show you something from the experience we had in the College of Industrial Design, working with our students, introducing electronic circuit to them. So we had a previous experience of a class where Fab Lab cooperated with the Ecology and Cultures Innovation Lab with Professor Francesca Valsecchi in a design brief that was aimed at reconnecting citizens and nature in a urban context. Design something to restore the connection between people and nature. Most of time, our students would choose to make electronics product, but this product always looked up like tangle of wires. We realized that our students look at electronics as black boxes, some kind of magic happens inside a box. I don't really know what it is, but I want to use it. So we realized that to design a smart product, you need to be a smart designer. A designer with knowledge can make a product with intelligence. How can we do this? We have to demystify electronics. We have to show the students the approach of Fab Academy, a hands-on approach that will guide them into understanding what each component, each circuit, each prototype can do, and how they can use it in their designs. And so the redesign brief became a way to reconnect human and citizens with an electronic device. We used, so the approach of Fab Academy, the best practices of Fab Academy that the Fab Lab learned from Fab Academy, and even without, of course, without a 5-year master in engineering, by doing a simple approach of breadboard first to learn what each circuit each component does, CNC machining your first board, and then sending the board to the factory. We used a lot of hands-on and experiential activities. Even we gave an assignment of hand drawing electronic components in the fashion of naturalistic illustration. We do a lot of prototypes with, I would say, waste material laying around in the lab. And also we go out a lot in the field, bringing with us the tools, the prototypes, electronic prototypes that we have made, not anymore put them into black boxes, but put them into colorful packaging, recycled packaging from some product. So we introduced the analogy between the relationships of cause and effect in the ecological system. I don't know, the sun shine, the flower open, and we ask the student to look at this relationship through the lens of the electronic system of input device and output device. And we ask our student to develop an empathy towards the natural system that we're working for. These are some pictures from the hands-on activities. These are the results of the first year where our student made mostly made milled PCBs. This is a very interesting project where it's called Tree Labs, as in time lapse. What if I can take a time lapse of a tree, not by taking pictures, but by recording its movements, and then with the data, create beautiful images of how it moved over a day. This is one of those projects that goes in the direction of introducing new senses for human. So this headset you can wear and you can feel like a frog if you use the motion sensor motion sensor. You can feel as a snake if you attach the infrared temperature sensor, or you can feel like a turtle if you connect the compass sensor. And it's very interesting to wear it while you move your head. You can tilt your head and you can feel where the north is. We don't have much time left, so these are just some other examples. A headset to walk a path as ants do. A handset that gives you the same feeling of a creeping plant, judging whether a surface is a good grip to grow or not. So some results of our class show us that the students were indeed able to pick up some basic skills that then they went on refining later on in their career. And we noticed that the design decision that they took were in fact influenced by looking at the ecological system through the lens of the technology layer. So this was my experience. Thank you for having me, and everybody have a wonderful Fab Month. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Saverio, with his video. So I think it was a wonderful example of how to integrate education, digital fabrication into basically universities in this case. So thank you, Saverio. And now we're going to move into Fab Lab Egypt with Lamia, and she's going to tell us a little bit about Girls Make, empowering girls through maker education. So Lamia?
Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today. My name is Lamia Nail, and I'm joining you from Egypt. I work as the education manager at Sanatech, the parent company of Fab Lab Egypt. And in this short talk, I will be sharing with you our journey and the impact of empowering young girls through making and hands-on learning. Globally, women make up less than 30% of the technology workforce, and in Egypt, the numbers are even lower. Women represent just 27% of the information technology sector. Many girls grow up hearing that technical fields like engineering and programming are for boys, while they are encouraged to pursue arts, languages, or medicine. These kinds of gendered messages often decrease their confidence and interest in STEM from a very early age. The education system in Egypt reinforces this gap, unfortunately, especially in rural and southern areas where access to quality STEM experiences is very limited for the girls. To help Egyptian girls overcome these barriers, we created Girls Make. It's a 10-week summer program for 14 to 18 years old from middle-income families who attend governmental schools, and we aim to guide them to explore their interests in new technologies. Now entering its fourth successful year, the program has empowered 208 girls across 7 cities in Egypt. And over the past 3 years, participants have completed 70 integrated projects so far. In the Girls Make program, we focus on 3 key domains: maker technology, 21st century skills, and human-centered design. Girls learn to use technology, including a wide range of tools, from basic hand tools like scissors, glue guns, to advanced technologies such as Arduino programming, computer-aided design, 3D printers, and laser cutters. While they are using the technology, we created opportunities for the girls to think creatively, collaborate together, overcome conflicts, and handle failure. So they are basically practicing 21st century skills, but in a safe space. Finally, the girls learn to create solutions for real-world challenges in areas like education, disabilities, environment, or arts and heritage. They practice empathy, analyze data, brainstorm ideas, and develop practical solutions by following a human-centered design approach. In order for us to tackle the learning objectives in the 3 mentioned domains, our learning journey take the format of a series of cycles. We call them learning sprints. In the first learning sprint, it involves hands-on workshops where girls create low-fidelity prototypes using cardboard and program smart applications using Arduino boards. The sprint concludes with a smart city project where the girls design and prototype smart sectors like smart streets, smart parks, and smart homes. After the first sprint, surveys showed that although 88% of the girls were new to programming and electronics, 76% felt confident after completing their first project. The second sprint focuses on computer-aided design, digital fabrication, and design thinking, and it concludes with the girls conceptualizing, designing, programming, and integrating their projects into fully functional products. After the second sprint, surveys revealed that 96% of the girls had no prior experience in digital fabrication or design. By the end, 92% felt confident using digital fabrication tools. The projects that we see here highlight the success and impact of the program on the girls, showcasing their creativity and the valuable skills they have gained. On the left, it's a model of a tech-powered museum showcasing the ancient Egyptian history and raising public awareness of the country's rich heritage. The project in the middle, it's a smart teaching aid for science classrooms. It's basically an interactive game that helps students learn about the digestive system. Lastly, on the right, it's a smart water dispenser that eliminates the need for bottled water. Subscribers can refill their own water bottles, each with a unique ID. The program's impact extends well beyond graduation, with participants going on to compete in prestigious international events like the Intel ISEF competition, receiving scholarships from institutions such as the African Leadership Academy, and even nationally, they have gained recognition from the Egyptian Ministry of Youth, among other honors. Most importantly, the true success lies in the fact that these girls broke through all barriers. They discovered new career aspirations. They gained confidence in their ability to explore and excel in new fields. And through their journey, they acquired essential STEM skills that empowered them to realize their full potential and pursue their own dreams. Thank you so much for listening, and I would love to answer any questions later.
Wow, such an inspiring experience that you have had there in Egypt. So congratulations on all the hard work that you are doing, Lamia. And now we're going to move on to Senegal with Mansour. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We have Mansour here, right? Yes. Do we have him? I think we have him. Don't we have him? No? I thought we had him. Okay, so we're gonna skip on to Mansour and we're gonna go with a Leon. Leon has been here. He's arrived really early. So thank you, Leon, for joining us. He's joining us from France and he's gonna talk to us about Ludo Card Go. So with you, Leon.
Thanks. Let me share my screen. Great. Thank you, Noella. So, hi everyone. My name is Léon Rouboul, and in this talk I will present my project Ludo Cargo, which is a game lab in a cargo bike. So first, some information about me. I'm an automation engineer, and I'm also a Fab Academy 2020 graduate, and I run a Fab Lab for 2 years in Mulhouse. And a fun fact about me, I'm back from Montpellier, south of France, where I currently live, to Fab Labs Skanderborg, Denmark in April 2023. So that was a mix of biking and taking trains. And I stayed there for like a 3-month residency, maker residency, and it completely changed my point of view on education. I learned there that you can educate children to do both digital and analog fabrication by making games, and that games are unique media to both tell a story and get together. So now, back in France, my goal is twofold. First, to educate and create links among the people with board games by making and playing the games. And second, to bring the machine directly to the people in school, community houses, town hall, with a mobile Fab Lab. So I took inspiration from the mini Fab Lab of Bart Baker and other mobile Fab Lab from the community. And in my approach, what I want to do is to use an electric cargo bike with a trailer bike and a custom wheel box on wheel containing one machine. So the trailer is called the BC Lift, and the idea is that it's a specialized trailer used in last mile delivery services. It can carry up to 200 kilograms of payloads, and the main benefit is that you can lift the box from the ground, tow it with the cargo bike to the place of the workshops, put it back on the ground and push it directly in the room. And the idea is then to open the box, and then you can make the workshop directly in the room. So I'm currently looking for funds to buy the BC Lift, but I already have the cargo bike, and I made the first functional prototype of the box for my laser cutter machine, which is an X-Tool S1 40-watt laser cutter. And my idea is to have one box dedicated for each type of machines. So the machine that you can see in the Fab Academy is a laser cutter, CNC machine, 3D printers, and so on. I already used the laser box with a truck for a workshop in a makerspace. It was in Manza, France. And the idea was to build decoration for softbox with children for a 1-week workshop. I am now starting a project in Montpellier with the community houses to teach the people how to make a Viking chess board game. So the idea is that I made this game when I was back in Skanderborg, Fab Lab, and then I documented it online in the spirit of Fab Academy. And now I'm proposing workshops to let the people of the community, so bringing the machine to the community and let the people to the community learning new skills, digital skills, which are 2D CAD with Inkscape, for example, and also how to use the laser cutter, the X-Tool laser cutter. And then finally, the idea is to paint the game, assemble it, and play it. And the idea is that the game stay in the community to inspire other people to join the workshops and make other games. So I will be in Fab 25 with the French Fab Lab Networks, and I will be happy to exchange with other mobile Fab Labs here. So thank you a lot, and let me stop sharing.
Thank you, Leon. What a wonderful experience also after Fab, doing Fab Academy and then experience it by yourself. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And now we're gonna move on to our next speaker. Do we have here Annie Ruth? I think we have here Anirudh. Here we have him. So he's talking to us from India, and he's going to be explaining us about experimental learning in the Indian context. So take over the stage. You.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My screen is visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, hi, myself Anirudh, and I'm from India. So I run a makerspace here in India in Gujarat state at IIT Gandhinagar, which is one of the government higher education institution. What we are doing is we are running experiential learning programs for first year undergrad students and second year undergrad students. So by offering this experiential learning program, we have designed and curated such modules for specifically for robotics and then control system and for this digital healthcare and all. So these are some of the uh, curated modules where students can engage with this immersive learning. And by doing so, we are actually removing the theoretical classroom teaching part completely. So we have done so far with 16 full semester courses, first time in India in IIT Gandhinagar. These are some of the picks of this projects. One is the robotic arm, and these are some of the parts. So all the things has been designed by the students. They have 3D printed here, except the electronics, which is available off the shelf, and they integrated it and then tested. So I'll play quickly this small video how they test it and all. So this can pick and place 100-gram objects. Then moving forward to next, this is also a second module which is focusing on autonomous systems. So they have started with for a project mimicking the Mars rover, but they found this programming language is much more challenging for them. So one of the students, he came up with an idea, completely making this prototype using hardwire. So there is no controller or Arduino has been used. This is again one of the module which is low cost version of pneumatic glove for rehab. So patients from they who are paralyzed or partially paralyzed and they need physiotherapy activities for the regular recovery stuff. So this is one of these something we have introduced in this semester, kinematic art. So students were told and we have asked to use them cam mechanism or bevel mechanism, and then they have to do this without any electronics using a single crankshaft. So I'll just quickly play this video, what they have done. Yeah, so this first video shows the overstressed engineer, what they call it. So a lot of tasks are going on, assignments and all stuff. So using a single crankshaft, they can move, and it's kind of a fun, but in order to understand the theoretical part. Second one is for like mimic in the gym. So yeah. All these things you can see is designed and developed by the student. And third one is they call is melody meadows. So they replica a wind chime and they have used bevel gears and camshaft here. So using single crankshaft again. Yeah. Apart from it, we also started one of the initiatives specifically for girls and women in 3D printing and curiosity programs for school kids. And we have one flagship program, we call it Invention Factory. It's a 6-week program where different IIT students and now non-IIT students, they can participate and they can work on a prototype idea which can be patentable in India and US, both the countries. These are some of the data and numbers. We have impacted 4,000 plus students using this facility and also improve the employable or employment job opportunities for them. So this is from myself, if any questions.
Thank you so much. Wow, wonderful work doing in India and in the Super Fab Lab. So congratulations on all of that. So We're gonna go, we were supposed to have Bonhur, but he is not here or hasn't responded to us. So we'll move on to Tommy. He's joining us from Canada, and he's gonna talk about the young creative citizens cities of the future. So Tommy, you can take over your screen.
Yes, hello, thank you for having me. Screen here. Can you guys see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so hi, I'm from Quebec, Canada, and I've been involved in the community center for a couple of years, and I'm now managing the local Fab Lab. This project called Future City or Ville du Futur was initiated a couple of years ago as part of a young creative citizen project. So the Fab Lab is situated in a district where there's a lot of new immigrants, and the kids are not really familiar with the opportunities available for them to discover the city. So the idea was for them to plan a city of the future, which they did using the SDG goals, mainly goal 4 and 11. And we were lucky to get the support of the Learning for Sustainable Future organization that funded partly the project. So the idea was to strengthen intrinsic motivation of the kids. This is really for kids between 10 to 15 years old. So over a period of 4 months, what they did is they designed on a 3 feet by 4 feet surface the city of the future the way they see it, based on an understanding of how the city they live in now operates in terms of public transport, recycling, access to public facilities like library and parks and so on. So basically the city of the future is an existing competition we call Future City in the US. So I really mapped out the project on this initiative, and I only had 4 months, so we're not able to create models as sophisticated as the Future City competition. But after watching videos and understanding the SDG goals, the kids were able to come up with their own vision of the future. So the presentation is in French. I'll just yeah, this is a key element. So they were limited to be maximum of 3 per group, and there was the challenge was to create a model and do a presentation. So we put together a jury, and they presented their models. So this is the city of Laval. This is where we're located. And the kids had to pick a spot on the island. It's actually an island, city of Laval. And they had to understand the green scoring scales. They were free to use Lego pieces and so on. Yeah, so this is very quickly what they had to learn about the 15-minute city as well, introduced to concepts like that. And so this is the actual model surface that they used. Had to learn a lot about architecture, urban design in very short period of time. And then they had to pick a spot on the island of Laval where they wanted their future city to be located. They had access to the river, at both ends of the area that was picked. They were introduced to architectural landmarks in around the city of Laval. These are buildings in Montreal, not too far. Some of the kids had never seen these buildings before. And eventually they give, yeah, these are the models as they were being constructed by the kids. And this is the final presentation. And we had invited juries. There were professors from Concordia University on the jury, so make it really serious for the kids. Very great experience. And the Learning for Sustainable Future Foundation ranked the project among the 5 top in Canada, and we were very pleased with the result we got at the end of this project. I'll be dropping in the chat a couple of links if you guys want to know more about this initiative. And just one last comment: the kids had to use recycled materials to make their models as part of the sustainable future education. And thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Wow, I first time seeing like a dedicated kids education related to cities. And yeah, there's a couple of questions for you in the chat as well. We will also have an open discussion afterwards, so stay tuned for that. So we got Bonjour, are you there? He's joining us from Rwanda. You can take over screen if you would like, and basically he's gonna speak to us about the revolutionary digital education in Africa and beyond, building the future of online learning with LearnNova. So Bonjour, do you want to take over? Can you hear us?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Greeting you, everyone.
We can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are. Good.
Okay, thank you. So, me, I'm Monet, the founder of the Lenovo Round. So I had a project dealing with the online, the e-learning platforms, which is the platform it is going to also to deal with the online learning courses in the technologies, where it will focus in the different areas. Possibly, if possible, I can share you the PPT so that to follow by moving ahead. Probably yes.
Yes, that I can, if you can pass me the presentation, I can share it.
PPT, yes.
Yes, that works
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Thank you. Here is my PPT. I have tried to
Yeah, works
to
fine. If
to
you can
design.
put it, yeah, if you can share it in full screen, that works fine. Thank you.
Can you continue?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Here it is. This project. It is online learning platforms, Lanova, which is going to deal with online digital skills for African youth, or not only that, but also we have a purpose to build it to reach the globally across different areas in globally, we are going to solve different. It is going to deal with different skills, but also it's going to solve the problems and the other problem we have in digital skills like artificial intelligence, data sciences, data analytics, machine learning, drone development, web development, and also tech skills in forex trading, blockchain technologies, IoT skills, and also in the other tech skills that's required in nowadays. So it is specifically focuses in forex trading as my solutions. And normally in the world, we have differences online e-learning platform, but they did not provide this access to the forex trading. But I think that it is so many littles. But also these platforms is going to deal with these queries so that the access or learners may acquire these queries and practice in dealing with in the purpose of building the futures in career development. Also, the learners will be able to access the different resources across the platforms where there will be a resource, where there will be a books, resources, and other toolkit, helping the learners to deep learnings. Also, the learners will be able to get certificate upon the completion of each courses, and also these certificates will be able to apply them to the global accepted. It is recognized internationally, where it will going to help the learners to get maybe a job, maybe other opportunities, and so on. The Lenovo Rwanda, our platform, also is going to help the learners through differences, opportunity like learners will be able to assess and gain internship through online. These internships will help those learners to gain some practical skills and others opportunity across because we were purposed to also integrate with different international, regional, and the other company and the other institutions, so that can help and access and to leverage our e-learning platform. So that's all about the solution our platform is going to solve. But before, in Africa, we have differences problems regarding of the regarding to no, the student in Africa. It's not possible to access the highest and the tech skills like I can tell you example data scientist in Africa. Normally we have few ones, and also data analytics, machine learning engineers. Those careers are few. But see, in these platforms, learners will be able to assess, will be able to know that skills so that can prioritize in accessing the differences, opportunities. That is a problem that Africa we have. Some companies, local and internationally, uh, normally internationally, they are expertise, they are ever talented person, but in Africa they are few. There are also inequalities in accessing skills. African learners, students in the secondary, and others have the problem to access the skills. But this platform is going to brighten the mind of Africa by providing that skills which is needed. I can tell you the examples. In Africa, we have few forex traders. It is a forex trading is a way of selling and buying the currency of different country across the platform. But those skills and those experts in forex trading in Africa, they are few. But also by including these skills into our digital platforms to also help the Africa to be brilliant and also in forex trading where there are many few. Those are problems we have in Africa. But see, the intended purpose is a tech platform which is going to elevate, which is going to help the Africans with purpose to expand beyond probably. Also, in our platform, we will deal with skills our courses will be concentrated in the three: basic skills, intermediate skills, and also advanced skills. As a learners will be able to take a basic courses. I can tell you example like in basic to data sciences. For example, the instance, others may be able come to explore like a machine learning engineers intermediate, and also other one can come and also learn, I can say, intermediate in forex trading, also or IoT basic. When learners access, they will be have self-passed, and also after running, they will have a certificate either told the ERE, but after that one, after gaining that certificate, a most highly performers who may be enrolled in the different courses will be able to gain some, I can say, benefits from us as a Lanover. Me, I am a founder, you know. I will take those performers so as to reach and connect with others, regional, international companies who needs those workers. This is where our Lanover platform will differ to others. Also, our
1
platform
minute.
will include AI chatbot to help runners ask questions, ask something. It's something like that. But normally nowadays we will partner with universities and others, secondary school, tech schools, so to help the learners and the students to gain the tech skills which is normally needed here. We are going to start in Rwanda and purpose to leverage and increase in Africa and also normally beyond. So without wasting our times, now we are in starting developing our platforms. It is under development, and normally we are actively seeking the funds, mentorship, or bribery, so that we can elevate these platforms, because it's going to help thousands African youngers and the youth, giving a chance to themselves to and chance to lives. So that's all about my Lanover one, which is which is a tech platform which is going to solve the needs. Here you know that this is my email. This the website is going to come soon. This is my LinkedIn, so that any questions and any comment you can feel free to ask. We are ready to also to help to answer you, and also we have the passion to shape the future a learning platform by collaborating together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bonhur. Yeah, we were just discussing that. It looks a lot. I don't know if you have heard about Fab Futures, mentioned in a couple of Fab conference for the past year. So it's really similar. So worth having a talk and discussing a little bit further. So thank you so much. So I want to open, there's a lot of different questions. There's a lot of different concerns in the chat that came along, mostly from Sherry. Sherry is really intrigued into learning a little bit more about each of the different projects. But I wanted to open this for the general audience so that they are also part of this conversation. So it was discussed about like the hours that this girl's invested into the different programs. This was mostly for Lamia, related to education in with women or women in STEM education. So that is there. We are also like, it was really interesting to learn that Tommy is involved into some Fab City related projects, but he's not still linked to Fab City. So it will be a worthwhile reaching out or figuring new ways. Also, are you connected, Tommy? Are you connected with any of the Quebec Fab Labs? Like for example, with Raquel and what was
Monique?
Yeah, Monique.
I've just recently joined the Quebec Fab Lab Network,
Uh-huh.
The only one I've visited is FAB. And I'm in contact with Guillaume. Guillaume
Yeah.
in charge of the
Yeah, I think we
network.
have Guillaume here. Well, he was here. Well, he is here.
Okay.
He is here joining us as well. So, yeah, those are the ones that we are thinking about, that they're also connected. I think also with Annie. Annie is also involved into the Fab
Yeah, I think-
City.
Is Annie here? Yeah, Annie's
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
Annie and
Oh,
Guillaume
okay.
are here as well. So yeah, it's worthwhile connecting and figuring out ways, because for me it was a new learning experience onto kids into Fab City. I think that realm has not been explored in the global scale, so it's a good way onto replicating or basically learning new ways onto doing things. So that's really fantastic. There was another question, and I don't know if we want to open it up to any questions and anything related to education. I don't know, Sherry, if you want to speak up into a question specifically, or should I continue, or if everyone wants to just.
No, I think
open it up.
my questions are in the chat, so people can answer them in the chat. If we have other people presenting, we should
No,
let them.
we're
Oh.
more than over. I think, yeah, the only one that we missed was Mansour from Senegal. He was here, but I think due to internet connections, I think he couldn't
I
connect
see.
anymore. So we're done with all the presentations of today. I just wanted to open it up a little bit into the discussion about education and how you see the future of education, knowing all these different skills that have been set up, the different technologies that we have been implemented in the last couple of years. I think AI has grown from, I don't know, 2 years from now, it has grown into this, just implemented into everything. So I don't know, I want to hear out your opinions in what are you doing locally to address this new ways of education. Who wants to mention something?
Well, I thought that is it Bonheur? Is that
Yeah.
how you pronounce it, Bonheur? Very curious. We've been thinking about AI has so many good uses and bad uses. There are good ways to use it and bad ways to use it, and it's still kind of, we're still obviously discovering and exploring. And if you go back to, say, Seymour Papert, he's kind of where we get our DNA in terms of the way that we learn and the way that we teach, right? And he was very much against the idea of computer as tutor, right? And so, but very much for the idea of computer as a tool that you could use to learn, to find resources, et cetera, et cetera. And so my sense is that what we'll probably end up doing is perhaps developing AI for exactly what you said, which I think is amazing, sort of personalized or customized learning, so the AI might help you identify gaps in your knowledge, or point you to resources or things like that, rather than being your tutor, right? Rather than being your content provider necessarily, right? And so, just it's a really interesting way to think about education, scalable education, right? A really much more scalable and much more personalized education. And I don't know if others are thinking about this, but I'd love to hear what you all are thinking about in terms of AI, other than just learning the skills, associated with, setting up Chat GPT or some of the visual programs, et cetera, et cetera. How are you thinking about using AI in ways that are that are beneficial and uplift the good parts of what AI can do, and not necessarily the bad parts? Is anybody working on that right now? Yes.
Just
I was.
something to add?
Go ahead, Bonner.
Something to add?
Uh-huh.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. You will tolerate me from the slow internet connection, the issue I had, but when you're considering the artificial intelligence of nowadays, you see that It helps us in different industries, like data, like healthcare, the agricultures, and also educations and other sectors of nowadays. But see, artificial intelligence technology, normally it is very useful. It is very useful and they help us to solve differences and activities which human cannot perform. So like you see that the robotics mainly is being used in different activities, restaurants. It is help us so much so that they solve different problems. They solve different tasks man cannot solve. That's why I think that the technology of artificial intelligence of nowadays it is helpful, but the main problems we have considering in nowadays technologies, AI technologies. Uh, AI technology is trying to also to make people lazy. It increases laziness of the peoples. You know, you know that when robots try to work some works a human can work, normally you know that the people will also be lazy. But in being raises, it creates and also retiredness and others, some back effects. But by considering the load the artificial intelligence plays, we cannot also deal with the back effects they are leading to the peoples, like laziness, uh, laziness in others. But considering with the outcomes, the importance artificial intelligence is trying to also to give us the AI technology is so helpful, and also nobody there because they contain different models. I can tell example in machine learning, we have different models. Have different machine learning models. These are to solve differences, activities a man cannot perform. Can I think that these models being built, it is also helpful. So may I think that the AI technology of nowadays it is also helpful because it is creating a gap. It's creating a gap normally in today's technologies in a job market. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bonaire. You know, Patty Mays, who's at the Media Lab, she's one of the early sort of digital transformation people. She calls it intelligence augmented, IA, as opposed to AI. And I think that kind of captures it in a way, is that what we want to do is use it to augment the skills and the knowledge and the talent that we have, but not to replace it. Yes, please. I think I actually, Anirudh, you had raised your hand earlier.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have 2 minutes, by the way, but yeah, we can wrap
Okay.
it up with those two.
Yes, yes. So I just want to add that when you mentioned heavy are working on that AI tools. So yes, we tried out with one of the programs, 6-week programs. So it was helpful for the student to expedite or speed up the brainstorming process. But there is a so there is an advantage, but there is also a disadvantage. Like students were much more dependent on this chat GPT. So for anything, they just simply write a prompt. Sorry, and that was not good for as part of the program. Other than this, we are working with government, state government for the archaeological departments to restore the depot and creating the digital repository using some AI tools. So basically, it's a kind of an encyclopedia of the Indian rivers. So since its inception to till date, all the datas are now in a particular AI tool, and there are certain more projects or research is going on where government is also want to take part, and they want us to develop such tools for their own records and process for policy making. So that's from my side.
Thank
Mhm.
you. And then with,
Lamia?
yeah,
Can we
let's finish
can-
up
with
with Lamia.
Yeah.
Lamia.
Yes. For us, we have been seeing like a rapid increase in our students, our participants in different programs relying upon AI tools, which is very concerning for us because you are here to learn, for example, how to code, how to design,
Yeah.
how to create something from nothing. So if you are going to depend on an AI tool to do that for you, this would be very concerning. So we thought the solution is not about stopping them from doing that, but to teach them how to use it wisely. So for example, instead of like writing a prompt for ChatGPT to write the code for you, you could write the code yourself. Then you could ask ChatGPT to find the bugs, for example, especially for beginners, it's really hard for them to find the syntax errors, for example. So that's how you can use ChatGPT to find the bugs, maybe enhance the code in some ways. Maybe the way that you write the prompt, it would ask you questions instead of giving you direct answers. So we thought we are still working on it, of course, but we thought we could regulate the use of the tool rather than banning it. So this is our experience so far.
Wow, thank
Thank
you. Yeah,
you.
that's very helpful.
Yeah, thank you so much. We have run out of time, and I think we would love to continue on this conversation, especially thinking about the future of education and how we have embedded digital fabrication and new technologies into the workspace that we do and support. So thank you so much for joining this Fab Lab Month session. This is the last one. We will be publishing the recordings soon. They will be all in our YouTube channel. And nothing else to say. Thank you all for joining us this morning, evening, or afternoon for most of you. And I'll see you in the next edition or in Fab 25 if you are joining us in person. So thank you so much.
Thank you.